AAA companies are mostly known for having questionable ethics, no respect for their customers, and absolutely no respect for their staff. We've had it bad with companies like EA all the way to Nintendo, but I don't think there's been a worse company than the one that I'm going to talk about in this video. Personally, I consider it to be the worst during the mid to late 2010s, but that might just be my bias talking. Because for me, there's not a worse AAA company than Ubisoft. Just as an introduction, for people who aren't aware of Ubisoft and the games they've made, they used to be one of the big guys in the industry because of the games they either publish or develop themselves. They're pretty much well known for Assassin's Creed, the Tom Clancy franchise, The Crew, Might and Magic, Far Cry, etc, etc. The point is that their latest games have been nothing short of a failure. The last Assassin's Creed game, which received a very positive feedback, was Odyssey. For context, ever since Odyssey in 2018, they've released not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Assassin's Creed games, if we include the remaster of the franchise's third game, of course. All because they know that fans will buy them regardless of their quality. Happily though, not as many people bought Mirage and Shadows, so it's all well when it ends well. For most people, I'm pretty sure that ownership is the most important thing when looking to buy a video game. That's why some of us don't crack games as much as other people. Oh yeah, the old saying, if buying isn't ownership, then piracy isn't theft. Well, forget about it, because Ubisoft wants you to be comfortable with not owning your game. It might sound like something that Jack Horner would say, well, this Belland might as well start cosplaying as Jack, because that's exactly what he wants you to be. Listen, I think people are aware that you do own a license to play a game, if you buy it on Steam or anywhere else. The thing is, this license can only be revoked by the owners of the game themselves, and that would be a stupid thing to do. Intermission! By the way, if you're an EU citizen, I think everyone would appreciate it if you'd just sign the Stop Killing Games petition. This will contest the company's rights to revoke your license so you can play your game freely at any point in your lifetime. So, you should probably... honestly, you should probably sign it. Intermission over! Okay, let's face it. No one, and by no one I mean literally no one, reads the EULA. Everyone and their modders are pretty much skipping that part because it's kinda pointless. But someone actually did manage to read it, and oh boy. It will actually sound insane, but honestly, the EULA is effective from the earlier of the day to purchase, download, or use the product. Until terminated according to its terms, you and Ubisoft or its licensors may terminate this EULA at any time for any reason. And at the end of this entire thing, they actually request you to destroy all copies. Now, to actually give credit to Ubisoft, because despite my pure hatred for them, I want to blame and flame them right. So there are more games and companies that actually have this license in their EULA. Games like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Oblivion Remastered also have the exact same thing. I've only included this part because this is a continuation to the owning game thing, and I want to show you why signing up for Stop Killing Games should be mandatory at this point. This is kinda new, and honestly, I've written this script before this statement was even made, which is hilarious. Thanks Ubisoft for even giving me more reasons to hate you, by the way. But yeah. It's really hilarious because microtransactions in single players make the game more fun. I've got so many questions. I've got so many. But I'm just going to ask you one simple thing. Did your mom drop you as a baby, dude? The reason we are here, the reason why gaming became worse, or at least one of the reasons why it became worse, is because we are getting 10,000 DLCs and microtransactions instead of getting one good and complete game. To be fair, this is where I think I might have gone a little bit crazy. Am I crazy for not wanting 10,000 microtransactions in a game I bought because I expected to get the full product? Seriously now. Honestly, I could expand my initial Slop Games point because Assassin's Creed is not the only Ubisoft game that suffered this in the past 10 years. Franchises like Tom Clancy and Far Cry have suffered the same fate. But I'm going to talk about one particular franchise that has seen one good game ever since Ubisoft acquired their IP. I'm talking about Might and Magic, and particularly, I'm talking about Heroes of Might and Magic. For context, this part of the franchise had really decent games before Ubisoft. Post Ubisoft though, they've only released 3 games and another one will be released later this year. The only Heroes game that was particularly good was Heroes 5. For me, it might be the best overall, honestly, even if we consider the previous ones. But Heroes 6 and Heroes 7, oh good lord. Heroes 6 was way worse than 5, but at least they tried something new. Sadly, it was also a bit too buggy, but Heroes 7, I might just start an entire rant about that game because it's actual dog water. After the disaster of Heroes 7, they did what every single company would do. Stop making a new one entirely and refuse to give up the IP. After 10 long years, they're finally going to release an actual game. Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. The problem is that we still don't know that much about it and it should be releasing in 2025. And we're literally halfway through the year. It ain't looking good. I don't know if the game will actually succeed. On one hand, I do want it to succeed because I like the franchise. On the other hand, I hope it won't. Because I want Ubisoft to go bankrupt. Of course, there's also the classic sexual harassment case from 2021 or something like that. But I'm not sure if I can blame it on Ubisoft itself or its employees being incels. So if you have another issue with Ubisoft, I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I will see you in another video.